And that'll set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
These two.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over. And this is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. Bortles to the former Colt Moncrief for a Jaguar first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cliff Averill in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
But it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he's got Moncrief. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Lucy. Throw that.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. He's going to sling this deep. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A gain of 32 that time. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Bortles. And it's caught. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. These two teams had not one but 2 memorable encounters a year ago. Their first one was Week 5. That's when Ben Roethlisberger threw a handful of interceptions. Jacksonville won big, and then, of course, the Jags, Charles, they doubled down in the playoffs.
Yeah, they beat Pittsburgh again in Pittsburgh, 45-42, to advance to their 3rd AFC Championship game in franchise history. And I like what you did there, a handful. 5 interceptions by Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, he struggled in that first outing.
Focus. Iggy! Snickers, you gotta spin. 50. Whirl! Hey!
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Quarter. Hey. Quarter. Here we go. Iggy!
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Lucy. Hank.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Completes it to Moncrief left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Into the red zone, it's Bortles. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Ryan Shazier with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And a nice gain at 21 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. It's caught. Kamar Aiken. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now Bell. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Here's Bell. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the 2nd quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Bortles. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Green 80.
Fournette, a first down carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. 23 yards on the play. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
372.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Looking long for Westbrook. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Bortles. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Here we go. 36.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They get it to him running left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Bortles. Flush to his right. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Snickers, you got to spin. Whirl! Back 20. Go. Take 2 of them. Take both of them.
Now Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 84 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go.
On play action, now Bortles. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Bortles now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
372. 11.
To throw, it's Bortles. And he's got Moncrief. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Let's go.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Dante Moncrief. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Lambo on for the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Black 20. Snickers, you got to spin. Snickers, you got to spin. These 2. Focus.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
44. Go. 8.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
That's it. Green 80.
He'll get it up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Check. Green 80.
Here's Fournette. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Telvin Smith in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trouble. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. He'll look to throw, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took a